All right, brother, we did a nice little walk around there. So now what we're going to do is just point out some of the defects and flaws that I'm seeing in the vehicle. Mostly what you're going to be looking at here is going to be any smaller imperfections in any of the PPF. So the nice part about this too, man, is that like the PPF is obviously protecting any of the paint underneath, right? So when you kind of pull this off, when you're done with it, all these little, this is just kind of like dust that gets a little staticky on there. But let's see some good examples. Like these little tiny ones, like these are all on the surface of the PPF. So they stand out a little bit kind of like in the video, mostly because of obviously the black contrast right behind anything like that. So here's a great example, right? This one right here is a, come on, focus in. It's just a little bit of the PPF, right? But the PPF is doing its job here. So without this here, you would have had a giant little rock chip right there from something that flew up. Okay, so you see that it looks a lot more than what it is because of that contrast you kind of have in that, you know, black and white. And kind of the same thing here, right? Like you can barely feel that little tiny bit, but as you kind of back up and you look at the car as a whole, these things slowly do start to dissipate. Nothing's going on here. It's just a really bad light from up here. And then kind of, you know, more of that same where it's like these little tiny, you know, imperfections as it's done its job over the last 3 years are slowly starting to kind of wear over time. All the panels look great though. Any of the damage that I was kind of personally noticing would have just been in the kind of surface level of the PPF, right? Oh, it's just a watermark. Okay. But I am going over passenger side right now. More of the same, man. Like I'm kind of trying to get really zoomed in here, right? So if I had to pick something, like, you know, there you go. There's something on the passenger side door. Mostly where you're going to find a lot of micro imperfections in PPF is really and truly going to be on the front grille, right? Because that's where most of your things are going to end up kind of hitting and going towards the car. So you're going to notice it a lot more up on like these little tiny bits, like these little guys. And then again, we kind of went over this section. Let's go over this section, you know, more of the same. Just these little itty bitty tiny ones. They just stand out a little bit, but at the end of the day, the car is fully protected. And I think that's the main point to kind of take away from, you know, something like this is, even though you might see some flaws in here, none of it's really reaching the paint. As we go inside, I wish I had something to point out to you, brother, but I really don't. The Alcantara looks absolutely fantastic, still feels good. Carbon looks good, no micro scratches on any of the carbon or anything like that. Get my flashlight out, you know. Screen looks good, everything operates as it should. Thing pretty much, you know, relatively brand new here. So you can see no lights or anything like that popping up. Need a little bit of gas. That classic Audi ding. B&O sound system, which everybody is favorited. Here we go on these Vossens. These are hybrid forged. That's why they call them the HF. I don't remember which one of these are. I believe I told you at one point in a chat when I was looking it up. But super nice wheels, very desirable. Anywhere from probably $700 to $800 per wheel on there. And it makes the whole car look a hell of a lot better at the end of the day. Just has a really nice stance to it. So let me know what you think, man. I know it's been a long couple videos, but I really wanted to get kind of personal with the vehicle for you. Hopefully that's everything you're looking for, man.